spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Fielded in the end zone. It's Green. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense going to get the chance to start this game off. Battle for the Golden Boot always seems to get a little bit testy, and this thing was tight. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, one-possession game, but the Bayou Bengals turned it up against the Pigs.
Yeah, and the LSU did a really good job finishing the game strong. They scored the last 17 points to run away from this one, but the Golden Boot, we've seen crazy games. We've seen like 70,000 overtimes. We've seen a lot in this rivalry, Jesse.
Yeah, this is one game where Sam Pittman and Arkansas, they seem to get up and they get physical. That's something they pride themselves in every year, especially when they play against LSU. This is just one of those games, David, you always expect to go right down to the wire.
It's complete on the right side. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Handoff to the lone back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
And the Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll put that return to a stopper at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So LSU's offense will have its first possession of the game. And we've said many times a tight end is the quarterback's best friend, but the last time these two played together, you could make the argument it was even more than family. It was like that thing, there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother, David.
It was really impressive. I mean, they put up big numbers. It seemed to work every time he looked to the big fella. He delivered. So, elite 1-2 punch. Jesse, how do you slow that guy down?
I mean, you just got to pick your matchup poison, honestly. You can put a safety against him and try to take advantage of the speed, but he's not going to be big enough to match up physically. If you go linebacker, you're not fast enough. So, mixing and matching the looks, I think, is the best chance this defense has.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Looking for a deep man. He's got it inside the 15. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Well, When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel, understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Perry. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
Down at the 3-yard line. 4th down coming up.
Ball is at the 3-yard line. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone, but they'll need to move forward here on 4th and short. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tiger! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Some rivalries forged in excellence, some in geographical proximity, and that's what we have once the Razorbacks join the SEC. Someone had the brilliant idea, we need a big golden boot that looks like it's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Slithers into space. Lots of running room, and he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line. They keep him out of the end zone for the moment. The Tigers are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Quick pass on the jet motion. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far.
LSU 7, Arkansas 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Got a man, it's Hill. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. To the air, it's Green. Pressure coming. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. The give to the back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. This rivalry picked up steam when the Razorbacks joined the SEC, and man, some of the names that have had moments: Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, Matt Jones, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, all of it over a Golden Boot.
And been playing since 1901. You think about all the great rivalries in college football, especially in the South. This is one of the best ones here. Not always have been in the same conference, but they played a lot of times, David, and it gets hot every time they meet up.
Yeah, and the boot is the shape of Arkansas with the shape of Louisiana, so obviously close proximity, bragging rights on the line.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Snares it outside. It's Durham.
I mean, what great athletic ability to toe tap the sidelines and keep them in bounds. What a 1-yard gain.
And the Tigers need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own in great field position. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Looking for a man. It's Green. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
And the ball's out there after it. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job of ball security.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Got it in the middle, it's Green. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They'll pass on the 50-yard field goal try and instead try to pick up the 1st down here on 4th. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. And he gets enough to move the chains and then slides to a stop.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the right. He's got an open man. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now, he's
looking for the end zone. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Back to pass, it's Green. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. And they can't make the play on third down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
They'll try to run it in. Goal line defense, and he gets nothing as he stopped right at the 2. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The Tigers backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. The offense changing the play. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. Snags it on the right. Running free. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Handoff to the single running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Razorbacks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll open the second half with a run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they've dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Fires to the big fella. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his man. It's Brown. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. He might want another play. Back to pass. It's Nussmeier. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't.
He's loose. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Razorbacks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. Plows through the defense. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
To the air on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense
makes the grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The Razorbacks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Pushes ahead. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Woo. Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Razorbacks! Fit it in the window for the score. They'll line up to go for 2.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these 2 guys has to be great when they're throwing in defense, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these 2 guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Set to kick this one away.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next one.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Tigers are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. It's a seam wide open. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you do.
Touchdown, LSU! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to throw, it's Green. Working that left side now. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, Arkansas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Complete downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Tigers! They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah, I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, you would
couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Might be changing the route. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Now he's going to break the pocket. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to throw on first down. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. There is joy all across the bayou as LSU takes down Arkansas in the battle for the Golden Boot. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.